All right, we got something special here. We're gonna compare headers to exhaust manifolds, and of course, brake horsepower to net horsepower, all in one. On the 340, that belongs to Bob on a 72 Duster. And here we go.
Nick's Garage is supported by Atlas Equipment and K-Tool International.
Hi, I'm Nick, and welcome to our shop. I've got Manny with me tonight, and Nico, and we got something very special today. Yes, we got a Mopar small block 340 from a 1972 Duster with a 4-speed transmission that belongs to Bob. The way it came from the factory, net horsepower. Net horsepower is the belt with the water pump and the alternator. This engine was rated 290 foot-pounds of torque at 3,600 RPM, and the horsepower was rated 240 at 4,800 RPM with an 8.5 compression ratio. And I also wanted to suggest you remember the engine came from the factory with a 1.88 intake valve. If you've noticed on the previous videos, Matty did some work on the cylinder heads. We had removed the 188 intake valve and put in a 202 intake valve, which the previous 340s had in 68 till 71. And we did the valve job, and we blended in the bowl area, right, and we also had them installed. And the compression ratio from the factory was 8.5. Now we've increased it to 9.8 compression ratio. Besides that, we only had a special camshaft, which Bob wanted to get from Bob Karakashian, which was a special flat tappet hydraulic camshaft. Do I know the specs on that? I do not have them. All I know is it's a hydraulic flat tappet cam, and I was told that there was no information on the specs. This is all top secret. I wanted to ask Bob to give me the information, but he would not give it to me. But anyways, we got it. We have it here. We've installed it. We also broken the cam and tested the engine for oil leaks. Everything went well, but we have not tested it yet. But tonight, like I said earlier, I got Nico and Manny because we want to do a few different tests. We're going to start this engine brake horsepower like we've always done in the past. Headers on it in many cases, and of course, no belt on the alternator or water pump. We're going to run it electric. This is brake horsepower, not net horsepower. Then after that, we're going to put on the set of exhaust manifolds. Am I correct?
That's right.
We're going to put on the factory 1972 exhaust manifolds, put them on, and go further testing. And then after that, we're going to go to net horsepower like they had introduced in the automotive industry from 1972 and newer, like this 72 engine. We're going to install the belt for the alternator to the water pump later on. So we got 3 different tests to do today.
The only thing is, you may want to mention that the thing did have power steering, but it's it would make a mess, or it's too complicated to put in a power steering pump.
So okay. So for the net horsepower, we're going to exclude the power steering pump.
Which was the vehicle available then with manual
Yeah,
steering?
it was an optional.
So in our minds, assume that it was option only with an alternator, no power steering.
You know, some cars did come without power steering.
True.
You know, like my Challenger, when I got it, there was a non-power steering car.
Right.
Look at the Get Dan's car. He's got no power steering.
But they always come with an alternator.
Yes, they always come with a water pump and an alternator.
Perfect.
And we've got the pulley here. We got the belt there. So we're going to install them later on. And this is what it's going to tell us in net horsepower as advertised in 1972 and newer vehicles.
So stick around as Nick and the team run some back-to-back comparison tests with this classic Mopar 340.
So this is the test we're going to do, especially, you know, they redesigned the exhaust manifolds in 1972. They're very, very puny compared to the earlier 68 to 71 version. But Bob, the owner of the car, said that, you know, he wants the original manifolds back on the car. So I'm curious, headers versus those manifolds. And, you know, we're going with the stock factory cast iron intake manifold, and of course the factory original thermoquad Carter carburetor. And everything else is factory. Like I said, we put in our little camshaft, we raised the compression ratio, we went to a bigger intake valve, and that's it.
And if you want to know what the difference is, for all the viewers out there that want to know what the difference is between headers and manifolds, what you give up, you're about to find out this evening.
That is correct. And I've also done something else. I put dual gaskets on the base of the carburetor. If you look here, I wanted to use it as a intake planium on here to get a little bit more air on this small intake cast iron manifold. And for you people, just to let you know, yes, it is a matching engine to the car, matching motor, matching numbers.
Yeah.
So we got to be very careful.
Yes. You're right though to add some more plenum area because that intake looks a little small to me.
Yes.
Don't know if they modified it from 70 to 72, but it looks a little restrictive. So I'm curious to see what it'll give us in terms of horsepower.
That's right. And you know, we went with the factory intake, factory carburetor, and of course, factory rockers. And again, back to a flat tappet hydraulic camshaft. It's all factory oil pan. We have a regular oil pump on it for milling, and can't wait to get started.
Let's get it done.
You know, I'm curious to see headers versus the manifolds. What kind of a loss are we gonna have? I'm sure there's gonna be a loss, but how much? Let's find out. Okay, so let's get it started, warm it up. And we got the choke on it also, so hopefully I don't need to use a ride to close the choke for any reason. And like I said, there's also adjustments to be done on the car. But anyways, let's warm it up and let's go on with our testing. I'll make the adjustments in the car. Okay. We'll just give it a few minutes, warm it up, and then we're gonna make one test just to heat sink the block, and then after that we're gonna start recording. Go lock the front door. Go lock the front door. With your finger, you don't need a screwdriver. Hey, it opened up. It opened up.
Sounds beautiful.
Good. I doubled up on the,
That's a good call.
yeah,
The extra spacer's a good call.
yeah.
We need more air in there.
I'm trying to get the,
I know.
I'm gonna
Look
try,
at it.
I'm trying to max out the horsepower on this little 340.
I'm curious if it's anything close to what the manufacturer was saying for that cam.
Question is, what are we gonna get today? We don't have the answer yet. The answer will be later on. And don't forget now, we're running a 9.8 compression ratio versus 8.5 the way the factory built it. And these are the same factory cylinder heads that came with the car.
18 inches of vacuum, Nick.
18 inches. Got lots of vacuum. You Manny, bring down the RPM just a bit, please. We got lots of vacuum for power brakes, that's for sure. On the bottom. This one, the bottom one. Yeah, yeah, no. That's good. Perfect. Good. It's good. Okay, listen. I'm gonna take a. We're gonna pick a small test right here.
Put some load behind it, see if it corrects the fuel.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah, I want to see. We're gonna. Here we go. We're gonna start at 2900, take it to 5200,
Okay.
and look at the factory. Factory was at
At
4800.
it gives
So
us
I'm
some
gonna take it
window.
at 52 since we got headers on it,
And let's see
and
what
we
it gives.
and a cam with no specs.
Well,
A camshaft with no specs.
that's the only part that I saw.
This is what we got. This is the
Okay,
specs.
5800.
This is spec.
About 5800 RPM, it should work.
5800 RPM.
You set it center line?
Yeah.
Straight up?
Straight up.
Okay.
It came out to 113, 114 center line.
Okay.
Anyways, so we're gonna take it to 52 just to start. We're gonna heat sink the block first. Okay, I'm ready. Make one small test. Well, just to heat sink it. And here we go.
Honey, I got one. I got one right behind you.
And don't forget, it's got vacuum secondaries, so you can hear that whoa, you know, like a six-pack.
And they're big. They should be able to see it through the camera, the overhead camera. You have the small primaries and the huge secondaries.
Okay, let's see how it goes. Are we ready?
Yep.
Water's open.
Yes, it is.
Let's go. Oh. You see the secondaries opened up? You know why? Maybe I should bring it up on a higher RPM. Let me try something here. And you know, the secondaries opened up, it just bogged. It just stalled.
The dyno has such a good absorber.
It holds it. It, really
It holds
up.
it.
Let's try it one more time. Here
All
we
right.
go. Oh, wow, we're just heat seeking the block, but it's pretty, look, I was hoping for easy, 1 cubic inch equals 1 horsepower. We're already at 347 at 5200, we're still climbing. So We're gonna bring it up. Look at this. This is cool, eh?
At 5,200.
What was the torque? What was the torque numbers?
Clocking in at
377.
Yeah.
3,900.
377.
Wow. Okay, you know what? We need to rev it higher. No, Bob is correct.
Show me the camera.
Bob is right.
Sorry. Show me the curve, please.
Oh yeah, let's show the curve. Here we go. There we go. Smooth, eh? Check it out.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. It looks like we're gonna have to rev it higher. I guess Bob is correct.
Dropping off.
Bob knows what he's doing with the camshaft, so he's.
Give him full points.
You know what? It's warmed up right now.
It idles. Listen
Look
to
at the
it
idle. Air fuel ratio is good. We've got lots of vacuum. Oil pressure is great. O2 sensor on both sides is good. Vacuum is good. Oil temperature is 161 degrees. Is there any sounds in the engine? We're going to go take a look.
Let me go.
And at the same time, let's see if there's any oil leaks. Let's take a look. I'm not going to shut it off yet.
Sounds good on this side.
Nothing. Good. Okay. Well, that's good. I've got the oil temperature hooked up right there. That looks pretty good. Okay. I'm going to shut it down for a minute. Okay, Manny.
Yes, sir.
We took it to 5,200 RPM. We're going to bring it up higher.
Well, he did say 5,800 on the paper.
Okay, you want to go 58?
Well,
We'll go to 58.
it's a
Wait,
it's a matching block. Let's take it up slowly.
55. Okay, we'll take it to 55. All right, 55. Give me a sec.
I don't think we're going to lose that much horsepower between the manifolds and headers.
We'll see.
Let me just check the air fuel ratio just in
Please.
case. 12.8, 12.9, we're good, we're good, we're good. Okay, all right, we're bringing it up.
I like to err on the side of caution, and the fact that in Mopar and Nick, I trust.
We're gonna take it up to 5,800 RPM. And of course, like I said earlier, we're gonna max out the maximum horsepower with what we've got. We've got the headers on, we've got the electric water pump, not belt driven yet. We don't have the belt on it yet, we're gonna wait till later on. But in the meantime, we're gonna max out with what we've got there. With a double spacer, which is an equal of a 1/2 inch spacer on the carburetor versus factory 5/16. And of course, we've got the headers on and the electric water pump. So now we're gonna take it to higher RPM, max out this engine, and see what we've got. Still at brake horsepower with the electric water pump. So
with a matching number block,
yes,
we're going from 52
to 5,800 RPM. And we have factory connecting rods, factory crank, and of course, forged pistons. And of course, we got our Scandinavian valve springs at 125 spring pressure on the seat. All right, are we ready?
In Nick, I trust.
In Nick, we trust.
In Nick, we trust.
Okay, let's go. Here we go. Oh, put the fan on, Manny.
Fans on.
Cool down the room, and here we go. Sounds good. Oil pressure is good. Wow. At 57, we're still climbing. It's good. Oil pressure seems good.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, no noise.
Look,
Everything's smooth.
We took it 5,700 RPM. Their torque is almost at, it's practically at 380 at 4,300. 380.
That is.
Look, 380 versus 290. Look at that.
That's wild.
Okay.
And horsepower, we're at 358 at 5,700 RPM.
For
We
our
gotta go to
viewers-
6 grand.
For our viewers' sake, you want to switch it over to the graph so they can see.
Yep,
how it
let's
looks.
go. Take out the graph. Slightly still climbing. I think it's gonna die out just before 6,000 RPM. You know, Bob is correct. 5,800. He's on the money.
Look at this thing. It's
We have more than one.
just trying to like go over the top right there.
And you know, we surpassed the 1 horsepower per cubic inch. We're at 357.
And if you look at the graph, look, Nick, from 3,500 all the way to 5,200.
Yeah.
It's just holding that torque. Look at it, all over 350, all the way across.
You know, he's got the torque of a big block. There's no question about it.
It is a little monster.
Look, he's at 380 at 4,300. 380 foot-pounds of torque.
That's a healthy.
And we're talking about a duster, not a B-body.
That weighs nothing. It's the lightest car Dodge has, no?
So now look at this. You know what? We're going to start later. We need to bring it to 6,000. He said 58. We got it at 5,700.
Okay.
We're at 57.7 HP at 57. Okay, we'll go to 6,000.
Okay.
You know, this is a...
we start off later, though, you say?
Yeah, we're going to start later. I don't want to really kill it, but here we go. Here we go. Let me just set it up here. We're going to start it later, Manny. 31?
Yes, please. The observer should hold it.
6,000?
Yes, please. So it'll turn off around 59?
No, I got it at 6,000. Look.
Okay.
It's 31 to 6,000.
Okay.
Wow. Cool down the room, let's do it. After that, we go to manifolds.
Sounds good. That is exciting.
You see the bull?
You
see the bull by on the valve cover?
Yeah. That was momentary though. Did you see after when it sealed itself?
Yeah.
It just pulled in some oil. That was it.
But you know, once you got the breather in there, that's what the breather's for.
That's exactly what it's for.
The breather's there to take some of the smoke.
But once you hit a certain RPM, it cleared up.
Yeah, I know. But
So
you know, we got new pistons, new rings, they're gapped and everything. So we're gonna take it from 3,100 to 6,000. And I'm only gonna do it once.
Okay.
Only once.
Just once.
Okay? We're only gonna do it once. You know, it is a matching motor, and
if the cam peaks out at 5,800 with what you put in there,
I think we
with
picked
stiffer
out
springs,
yeah.
6,000 isn't uncalled for. Let's say
No,
you have
I
to
know.
in order to see at 58 what it does.
Okay, I got it at 6,000.
Like
One
I said
time.
before,
One time.
in Nick I trust.
Okay, let's go. One time. That's it. We're ready?
Sounds good.
Let's go. There. That's it. You're good. It's good. Oil pressure is good. We're pretty good. We're pretty good. Well, we're taking the 6,000. You know what?
That's the.
It
You know
peaked
what?
out. It peaked out
He
at
was
58.
right.
58. Check this out. Check it out. 58. He said it. 58. And that's the cam. Too bad I don't have the cam specifications.
You know what? If he builds these cams this sweet, honestly,
Beautiful.
he could keep the specs. Just keep building the camshafts.
Yep.
Just keep building the camshafts.
If you look at the graph, let's show
It
our
just
viewers.
dropped, yeah.
There's the graph. This is going to be the last test right now. Taking it to 6,000 RPM with the headers and the electric water pump, which is brake horsepower. And there's the results. And we're finished with the header testing.
Fantastic.
So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to still keep the electric water pump. We are going to remove the headers and install the factory exhaust manifolds. And then we'll see how it goes from there. Manny, what do you think? I'm saying 40 to 50 horsepower loss with the manifolds versus headers.
I'm hoping that it's less than 20.
I hope, well, you know what? We won't know until we do this test. So just give us a few minutes. We're going to take off the headers. Nico and Manny are going to give me a hand. And let's continue testing later. Now, are we going to take it to 6,000 with exhaust manifolds? Not really. I'm going to take it to 5,300 RPM because don't forget, it's not going to breathe the same way like headers. You know, we also had the timing fixed up at 37, 38 degrees. We're not gonna go further than that. We're gonna leave it where it is, but we're gonna work with the manifolds. 6,000 RPM with the factory rockers, not bad, eh?
Do you remember when this thing came in? That
I
cold
remember
day,
it was running
smoking,
very rich. Okay,
but it ran.
while you guys work on that, let me just bring in one manifold.
Which one are you going to bring in, Nick?
Passenger side. Okay, so we got the right-hand side exhaust manifold. It doesn't look like a all-out performance manifold, but you know what? We're here to try it out, and let's see what it does. Okay, so Nico and Manny have just finished installing the exhaust manifolds. We haven't gone through a belt drive yet. We're still playing with the brake horsepower. So all we've done right now is we haven't done any tuning on the timing or carburation or anything. We're just gonna make a smoke test till 5,200 RPM. And all we've done is remove the headers and went with the factory exhaust manifold. So before we do any timing or fuel ratio, let's see what we got after we do this test. So let's get it started, take it to 5,200 RPM, then we'll take it from there. And if you guys wonder, like sometimes when you accelerate it, when the secondaries open up, it feels like it has a hesitation or a bog. That will be tuned in the car. When I have the car brought back from the body shop, when we install the engine back in the car, we're gonna fine tune that in the car. But in the meantime, I don't care what it does on the dyno, because I know it works, I know it opens up, and I know we're testing it at full throttle, and that's all we need to do here. So, you ready to get it started, you guys?
Let's go.
Yep.
Let's go.
Let's go.
This is going to be pretty interesting. We're going to start it at 28. What do you say? Yeah, 28. Yeah. We'll take it at 2,800. And maybe it might ping right now with the...
I'll keep an eye on the O2 sensors just to see where they're at.
Okay. So here you have it. We're gonna take off at 2,800 RPM and finish it off at 52. Now, is it gonna go to 6,000 RPM with exhaust manifolds? I doubt it very much. But anyways, let's get started with this and see how it goes. What horsepower loss do you think we're gonna have, Nico?
I think we're gonna lose probably around 15.
15?
20.
20? I'd say 30 to 40.
It's like the price is right.
Okay.
I don't know, that right hand. Maybe you guys are right, I don't know.
I hope Nick Jr. is right, personally.
Okay, let's find out how it goes.
Manny, the price is right.
Oh boy.
Price is right.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Okay, you ready?
Give me 1 second.
Go ahead.
It's quiet.
It's all good?
It's quiet.
Okay. I just need to bring the coolant temperature up. What are you saying? Here we go. Let's see what we're gonna get. Okay, the water temps are pretty cool, but you know what?
It'll catch up.
It'll catch up. Oil pressure's good. We're at 60 pounds. Vacuum 17 inches. Air fuel ratio is perfect. And let's go.
Even the fuel ratio is holding in tight. paint.
It's good?
Not to worry, it's just paint that you see smoking.
Okay. Oh, I'm not. It's the paint on the exhaust.
It's the paint on the exhaust.
Okay. Here we go. Let's just take a fast look right here. What do we got? We're still pulling at 5,200 with the exhaust manifolds. We're still pulling at, look at that. We're at 328 at 5,200. It's still pulling.
That's not bad, Nick.
And our torque numbers, they've gone down a bit, but we're at 357 foot-pounds of torque at 4,300.
And the horsepower is?
Horsepower is at 328 at 5,200 and climbing.
20.
So you know what?
25 horses.
So far. So let's go to 5,500.
Let's see if it does it.
Okay, let's go.
See if it does it.
Oh,
check the fuel rate.
Yeah, let's check
I want to see if it made a difference. You know what?
Same thing.
It's actually a little bit better. Look
A
at it.
little bit leaner.
Okay. Okay. This is good.
It's okay. We're at 13.0 full throttle. It's good. It's
okay.
Good. We're not going to play with the air fuel ratio.
Make your changes, Nico.
Man, let's bring it to 5,500 RPM and see what we got. Okay, here we go.
Sounds good.
Okay, we're going to take it to 5,500 RPM. No air fuel changes, and we're not changing the timing yet.
Okay.
I was thinking maybe, do you hear it pinging or anything?
No, it's running good, and the numbers are good too. The air fuel ratio is right in there.
It's right on the money. Here we go.
And it's smooth as silk. All right.
Okay.
Let her rip.
We're at 340.
That's
Nico,
impressive.
Yeah.
You know, you're pretty good. 15 horsepower.
Oh yeah?
But you know what? Look,
Let me go listen.
There's a point I want to prove here. It's still climbing.
It
Tiny.
is sweet.
Look at that. We're at 5,400 RPM and it's still climbing. 340 versus what did we make before? 357?
I believe so, yeah.
So look, so far we only lost 17 horsepower. You know what that tells you? You really need headers? Think about it.
Unless you're racing every
Do you
day.
really need headers? Think about it.
Listen, not to put down the header manufacturers, but go if you
And
go
you
in
know-
there, like for our viewers, if you listen to this thing, how it sounds with exhaust manifold, it is so sweet, guys.
Well,
Really.
George will go there in a few minutes and let it idle.
It's remarkable.
So you know what? Let it idle. Let George make a little video on that. And meantime, I want to tape the last test we did with the headers.
Okay, let's do a.
Here we go. George, if you want to make a video on the idle, go right ahead. You know, I just want to say something. We pulled out 357 before at 5,800 RPM.
That's right.
Right now, we just took it to. Here we go.
55?
We took it to 5,400 RPM. We're at 339.
Call it
HP.
340.
340. What are we looking at? 17, 18 horsepower. So you telling me that it's worth putting headers on it? And everybody tells me, you know, when they have these engines, dyno, chassis dyno, they gain, they lose 30, 40 horsepower. I listen to them. And look, I love exhaust manifolds, and there's a point. They work.
Unless you're a bracket racer, and that's what you do on the weekends, honestly, the manifolds will get it done.
And
that's what it's showing.
And these are not the same design as the ones that are 68 to 71.
Those are much more.
Those are much better.
Yeah.
And these are 72. It's a poor design, but you know what? They're still working on it.
Still gets it done.
So now I just want to make another test. We're going to take it to 57. We're going to push it to 57. What do you say? But this is pretty impressive. This is pretty good.
You built it, you know.
And look at the torque. It's up there somewhere. 359. Again, at 4,300.
Yeah.
So we're at a higher RPM.
But still.
It's still doing pretty good, man.
Compared to stock?
Yeah, it is.
It
is very good. Shall we take it a higher point? Look, what do you think?
Okay.
Look, no, this is a matching engine to the car. We've taken it 55. We've taken it to a few tests before with the headers. I'm proving a point what this engine can do. So far, it's at 50. What was the RPM we were saying?
We stopped, I think, at 55. It shows
55. It shows at 54.
That's right.
Shall we take it any further? That's the question. I mean, it's still climbing 5,400 RPM with the exhaust manifolds.
Do me a favor, just put it on the graph. Let's see quickly what it looks like.
You can tell by the graph which direction it's heading. Look, just a slight.
Got a little bit more.
It's still got a little uphill. We could pass the 340 with exhaust manifolds with 1 horsepower per cubic inch. I'm gonna do it.
It's built by Nick, man.
Let's do it.
I've heard this guy knows how to build engines.
I want to see 340 with exhaust manifolds.
Done.
Okay, here we go. Bob, if you're watching, let's see how it goes. Okay, here we go. Are we ready?
Ready.
Then after that, we got to try it with the belt. That's next. So stay tuned. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to start at 3,200 and take it to 58. And that's the last time I'm doing the test right now with the electric water pump and the exhaust manifolds.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Sounds good, Nick.
Here we go.
Built by Nick.
Cool the room down, cool it down. Let's get the max horsepower. Let's go.
Sounds good.
Are we ready? Air fuel ratio is good.
Nick, I feel the weight of the Dodge brothers on our shoulders.
Here we go. Yes.
Give me a second with the engine.
Wow. It's still climbing. It's still climbing. Check it out. Okay, I'm not going to push it any further. We got it? Perfect. We got it. I'm not going to go any further. Manny, take a look. We're still climbing with exhaust manifolds at 5,700 RPM at 341.3.
But look at this.
We did it. Then now, actually, it's more than 1 horsepower per cubic inch.
Yep.
Okay.
Just a little bit over, but it's there.
I want to see the graph right now. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
More.
I gotta show you. Let's show our viewers what we just got. Here we go. That is awesome. There we go.
That's
it did 1 horsepower per cubic inch with the exhaust manifolds.
Like I said,
not bad at all. This is very.
I felt the weight of the Dodge brothers on our shoulders as we pulled that last one.
I had someone come to me today and he tells me on a late model Mustang, he wanted to install headers.
Okay.
And I told him, you really want to install headers? I told him, what are you going to gain? He goes, according to one I was told, 40 horsepower.
Wow.
I said, really? I don't think so. And look at here. We got a cheap manifold.
Hold on.
Late model Mustang, 2022.
Where were they installing the headers?
I don't know.
Because it wasn't on the car, that's for sure.
I don't know, but I wish he was here today. He would just see this. This 318 style exhaust manifold on the right side is doing the numbers.
You know, the funny thing is,
the numbers.
On the new Mustangs, they've got formed manifolds.
I agree
They're
with you.
beautiful.
And you know what I told him? You know what I told him when he was leaving the shop?
What's that?
So, you sure you want to install headers? I'm sorry, I think they're better tuned than those.
You have to put your money somewhere else.
Okay.
Headers isn't the answer.
So
it's a nice add-on, not the answer. And this just proved it.
So we're gonna finish testing this the way it is. I'm not gonna push it any further.
No, sir.
Okay.
Don't need to.
So we went to 5700 with the exhaust manifolds. We got 341. It's probably going to be 341, 342.
Yep.
It's peak horsepower with the exhaust manifold. And our torque numbers are, okay, when we had previous, our torque numbers were 378
Okay.
at 4200, 378 at 4000 RPM, 378 foot-pounds of torque at 4000 RPM. And now,
353. Okay.
no, 356 at 4300.
Three.
So how much did we lose? 356 versus, okay, we lost
4100. That's about 20.
about 22 pounds. We lost about 22 foot-pounds of torque.
It's okay.
That's not bad.
Look.
That's not bad at all. Okay, it's 30. We have a 30 oval bore, which is actually a 344 cubic inch. Okay.
But if we went to 6,000,
look, we could back up the timing and
listen,
see the air fuel.
I'm not going to argue over 1%, Nick.
I'm not.
Honestly.
You know what?
If you take 1%,
I want our viewers to know one thing. I think Bob will be happy with the numbers.
yeah,
And I know I'm pushing this engine. It is a matching engine. to the
matching number
car.
engine. Yeah, absolutely.
And you know, this is something I don't want to risk doing anything. I know we did our best building this engine. And right now, we've maxed that out with the headers. We've maxed it out with the exhaust manifolds. And now all I want to do is put a belt drive, make a net horsepower as it is. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Then after that, we got further testing to do with the air cleaner. But in the meantime, let's
check it
put
out.
the belt on and go to net horsepower. Are
Sounds
you
good.
folks ready?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Follow along, guys. We'll get it done.
I'm really surprised. There you go, you guys. You know, I was never fond of headers lately in my life, you know, after 48 years playing with headers. But from what I'm seeing lately, you know, like this one here really surprised me. We did not lose that much horsepower. You really? From exhaust manifolds versus headers, I think I'd stay with exhaust manifolds. Manny,
Yes,
I got
sir.
the 4 bolts with the pulley right here. Just take out that. Where's the small ratchet, Nico?
Small ratchet?
Yeah, the small ratchet.
Yeah,
It's a half inch. Where is it? Where is it? Where's the small ratchet?
didn't see
You got it
today.
here. Where you go? Manny, I'm
There we
gonna give you the,
Done.
take this, take that, and there's the 4 bolts, Manny.
There's yours.
These are yours, Manny.
Some of those, please.
And then there you go, put this
Thank you very
on.
much.
And where's the ratchet? How come we don't have it? It was here.
I mean, I have this one.
No, we have a ratchet here somewhere. Where's the ratchet? The little one, the 1/4 inch
It's in
drive.
the box.
Always put the tools on the table. No, not this one. Where did it go? I don't know where it went. We had
Just
it.
realized.
Man, leave it there. Leave
I
it there.
can't. It gets
Why?
in the way of the pulley.
Oh, wait a minute, Manny. Water's gonna come out. Wait a minute,
Off of
Manny.
which one?
Wait a minute. That one. Okay, pull it off real quick.
Actually,
Ratchet.
Off.
Wait. Take off the wires.
You have a
wait,
black-
Manny, wait.
Ratchet. What size?
if I take this one out, water comes out?
Yes. Give me a sec.
Okay.
Let me fix it up. Take that out. I'm gonna put it in right away with this. When you pull that out with the ratchet.
All right.
What size do you need?
1/16.
Got it.
No, not that ratchet. I need the other ratchet.
Give me the Milwaukee. It goes fast.
Wait a minute.
Is this
You don't want to go with the
9/16?
Milwaukee, Nick? Fast.
Yeah, okay. 9/16.
9/16.
9/16.
Okay.
All right, pull it out and I'll throw this bolt on, okay? You ready? So only got one spacer.
But
Two
we don't
spacers.
have to move.
Take it off. Take it off. Take it right off.
Go.
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 Okay, put it back on. Ready?
Yep.
Give me the pump.
Watch it. It's hot.
Okay, there you go. Let me fill it up. Sorry.
Okay.
There you go.
Let's hope it doesn't touch in the back.
Should be good.
Oh, you're good.
I like to find the ratchet so you can put the 4 bolts on.
Give it a quick look. Give it a quick
I
look.
had it. I had everything ready, man.
Yeah, well, we moved stuff, I guess. All right. My ratchet's over
The 4
there.
bolts are there, Manny.
It's okay.
Honestly, when I came in today, I didn't see the tiny ratchet.
No, it was here somewhere. It's okay. We'll figure it out. 4.
What do you need?
I dropped.
Here, Manny. Manny.
Nick, are these the right ones?
Yeah, there. Take this. Don't use it. And then put the belt, and that's it. And better hide this wire before it catches.
Yeah.
Let's put it down
That'd be
here.
a good idea.
You have the belt ready?
Belt is right behind you, Nicolaiser. Okay. There's my point, man. People go crazy for headers. Look at that, man.
Listen,
Look at that.
Nick,
Look at that.
in all fairness to all the manufacturers of headers, yes, it does give you a few ponies, but at what cost? Okay, belt.
Got it. Yeah.
Inside,
Inside.
I think so.
Inside.
Yep, and all the way up here, all the way up here.
Okay.
Okay,
Go.
you have, go down,
Go down. Yeah.
Here,
So
hold on.
I'll catch the bottom and then.
catch that, catch like that.
Okay.
There you go. That's all the way in, eh? Hold on, got it.
Wait a minute, Manny, you pull up on it, I'll tighten it. Wait a minute, Manny, hold on a second. Whenever you're ready.
Go. Go backwards.
Okay,
I'll get it.
I got it, don't worry about it.
I thought it'd be interesting.
I think we're good.
That's why I like that wrench of yours.
It is. It's good.
But it's super quiet with the manifolds.
Yeah.
Like super quiet.
Okay.
See,
Shall we try?
I made sure to make sure the numbers are facing this way.
Good stuff. You're learning. You're learning. Good
All
stuff,
right.
man. Okay, so now we've just removed the electric water pump. Now we're going to a belt drive on the water pump, the alternator, net horsepower. So we've left the exhaust manifolds. Now we installed the belt. And now let's do further testing. Now how much power are we going to lose now?
I'm not going to sing anymore.
Doesn't matter.
This little Dodge.
Let's do some testing. So no electric water pump. We're going to be belt driven water pump and alternator. And let's see how it goes. And after that, we got one more test. So stay tuned. You guys are ready?
Absolutely.
All right.
Let's do it.
You know, exhaust manifolds versus headers. Why would you need headers?
Well, on a mild engine like this, why would you need headers? Good point. You don't really need them.
No.
What?
If the engine displacement is larger, or you have supercharger or a turbocharger where it's putting a lot more air through the motor, yes, it would actually show you bigger numbers, a larger difference. But here for this application, the smart move is keep the manifolds, keep it simple, make it look stock, quiet, and you know what? Enjoy the power because you're not losing a lot.
That's right.
So yeah, everything has its place.
And there you have it. So now we're going with net horsepower with the belt driven alternator and water pump. Here we go. There's the belt. It's
Give me a
running out
second,
with the
give me a
belt.
second. You're good to go, Nick.
All good?
All good. Fan on.
Okay, we're good. There's the belt. Okay, we're gonna take it to, I think we're gonna take it one more time up there. Let me see. 5,800. You ready?
Absolutely.
Okay, we're gonna take it from 3,200 to 5,800 RPM and let's do it. Here we go.
You're good.
All good? I want to check the air fuel ratio. It's good. The air fuel ratio is good. You know, the air fuel ratio didn't change one bit. Manny,
it's-
here we go. Just we shut it down. Oil pressure is still good. Hey, look at this. I know some people are gonna tell us it hit 100 psi at 5,700 RPM.
Okay.
But who cares? You know, Bob's not going to keep this car at 6,000 RPM or
No, it's not. It's
above
not.
56, 57 RPM. So even though it's 100 PSI, I don't care.
No,
Is the rear seal leaking?
I didn't see any oil leak. I didn't see leaks.
I don't see anything leaking
It's
there either.
quiet.
So
I think we're in good shape.
I'm going to leave the oil pressure the way it is, because on idle we got good pressure, 45, 50 pounds. So we're
Absolutely.
not going to tamper with the oil pressure. Like I said, it gets 100 pounds at 6,000 RPM. Who cares? We're going to leave it at that. It's going to work. So there we have it. So now that we got the belt driven water pump and alternator, let's see what kind of power we pulled out. Here we go. 326.6 at 5,600 RPM. We lost another,
15 horses.
we lost 15 horsepower with the belt drive.
About that.
Yeah, I was going to say 10 horsepower, but
Look, it's
15 horsepower.
remember, you're running the pump and you're running the alternator. And if there's a load, you know how sometimes they modify their wiring to turn
Okay.
the alternator off when they're at full throttle? The difference would probably be that on load. So yeah, there is something to be gained.
If you guys want to look at the graph, there it is.
Yeah,
With the belt and with exhaust manifolds. There you have it.
yeah. And it's still got a nice torque curve, and the power's climbing right up to like 5,500, 5,600 easily.
We only lost 6 foot-pounds of torque.
Yeah.
That's it. Nico, what do you think?
Awesome motor, man.
Awesome, isn't it?
I say air cleaner.
I agree. And now, for our final test, the air cleaner.
Sounds good.
Let's go. Just like I did with my Kawasaki Challenger.
You have the
It's
stud ready?
the only way to go.
You know, besides having mufflers on this exhaust system, we're going to put the air cleaner, belt drive, exhaust manifold, and we've also got 2.5-inch pipe going down after the manifold.
Okay.
The way it's going to be
That'll
installed
hook up.
in the car.
No,
No,
way.
the snow goes in the front.
you got to rotate around the
Wait a
other
minute.
side.
Wait a minute. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me
Let's
this.
make your life easy.
Thank you.
Give me this. You know what? Leave it there. Here
Okay.
we go. Actually, you were right. It goes this way. We're not going to connect no vacuum hose.
Does it sit where the wire? Yeah, yeah.
There.
You're good?
The stovepipe went on this side. Oh yeah, the snorkel goes on this side.
Okay.
Okay, the wing nut is
wing nut.
there. Nico's got it. And this is the air cleaner that belongs to the car.
Okay.
It's a factory air cleaner. One snorkel. This reminds me of my Kawasaki 440 test. What do you think?
I like
You
it.
don't need to connect the vacuum hose.
No,
All
we'll leave
right.
everything open.
Now the air fuel ratio is going to change. And the other
Yeah.
thing we didn't remove was this here. The
spacer.
The little extra 5/16 spacer. You know what? We'll leave it on. It works
yeah.
fine. I'm going to leave it on the car also. It's going to be like that. It's going to be one of our setups.
The heads already flow more air
So
than they
we're
used
going to leave it there.
Absolutely.
It's going to stay on the car the way it is with the automatic choke and all. Okay, folks, our last test. This is the way it's going to be installed in the vehicle. And we're going to be on our final test.
Let's see what it
What
does.
do you think? This one here. What
maybe
do we
like
lose
4
on
or
my...
5.
Hey?
Maybe like 4 or 5.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. My 440 had 2 snorkels.
Yeah.
This one only has 1.
wanna
And this
flip the
little
cover?
and this little opening over here.
You want to flip the cover?
Hey?
You want to flip the cover?
No. You know what?
Let's try it.
Let's try it. Here we go.
It's going to be a surprise for all of us. Thank you, sir. It's so quiet. You really don't need ear protection.
It is. It's a quiet
It's
engine,
quiet.
isn't it?
But it's still suggestive.
Oh, it's mean. It's got a mean spirit in it.
You guys ready?
Absolutely.
Here we go. One more
I'm still
time.
going to put it on.
Are we ready? Here's our last test.
It's running a little richer too.
And our water temperature is 168 degrees Fahrenheit. Here we go. Did you notice with the air cleaner on, it practically didn't bog or hesitate
Yeah.
with the secondaries open up?
Isn't it Max that told us
Notice
this is
Yes,
the way it's supposed to be
That's
tested?
designed to work with the air cleaner. There you have
Let
it.
me go listen.
Okay, go ahead before I turn it off. Practically lost nothing.
How much did we lose?
Look, the horsepower is the same thing, Manny.
You can shut it down, Nick.
Look, same horsepower.
You can shut it
326
down.
versus 324.
But I bet you,
practically the same horsepower.
I bet you if you check your fuel ratios though, you'll see corrected under full acceleration.
13.2, 13.3.
Compared, oh, we didn't print the other one. But you know what, Nick? Considering it's an air cleaner.
Yes.
It's an air cleaner. You know, it's like no restriction, no issues.
Practically lost any horsepower at all. Well, 1 horsepower, big deal. And the torque, this is 350. Torque is, we lost 6 foot-pounds of torque. That's about it.
That's totally acceptable.
So it's quiet, I know. It's all nice and quiet.
Perfect.
I can turn it off.
It's like a Swiss watch.
Let's go check it one more time. Show our viewers. Shut the fan so we can hear the engine only. I want to check the oil pressure on idle. 58. Vacuum. Water temperature. Air fuel ratio. Manny?
Yes, sir.
Close is a little half a turn on each screw in the carburetor. It's running a bit on the rich side. Here we go. I gotta bring down the RPM.
Yeah. I'm doing 1 turn and a half.
I'm gonna bring it down. Okay, take it from there, man.
We have to take some fuel out.
I need to know the way it's gonna be in the car. Got it. More, come on. Perfect. Good. Good, man. Good.
I think we're good.
There you have it. It's good. I'm really happy. No oil leaks. Beautiful. No noises. What more can you ask for?
It's awesome.
There you have it, you guys. We're done. Belt driven, air cleaner, manifold. And this is the way it's going to get installed in the car. Thanks, buddy. So, we did it. There it is. There's our finals. Beautiful. That is cool.
Shut her down.
Yeah.
Shut her down.
There you have it. Man, oh man. Forget the exhaust manifolds, that's for sure. And you know, Bob was right. Stick with the manifolds that came with the car. And you know, it did pretty well for what it is. And I was going to back up the timing, see if I heard it pinging. I didn't hear any pinging.
Nothing.
Then again, I finalized the timing a lot of times in the car. And you notice that the secondaries, when they opened up,
Right.
there was hardly any hesitation with the air cleaner on.
Yep.
Same thing with the 6-pack, you know that, eh? With the 6-packs we use on the 440, it should be tested with an air cleaner. And some viewer did mention that, and he's absolutely correct.
You know what? It's a nod to the engineers that used to design the air cleaners.
That's right.
They did a great job, and you know, we think we're doing better in a lot of cases, but man, those little carburetors get the job done. It's impressive. It's surprising how you know, like a 55-year-old engine can still impress and put a smile on our faces after all these years. And it's a small block, not even a big block.
You know what? You're absolutely correct. You know, the results of this engine, you know, we just did a little camshaft. I wish I knew the specs on it.
It's okay.
We raised the compression from 8.5 to 9.8. And of course, we did the valve job from a 188 intake valve to a 202 intake valve and some bowl area work.
Right.
And that's all. And here we have it with the factory intake, factory exhaust manifolds, air cleaner. And I'm very, very surprised. It did very well. It's a smooth idle. It's got lots of vacuum, full power brakes. And I'm sure Bob's going to be happy with it. And of course, we take it to 59, 6,000 RPM. And of course, it went very, very well. I'm happy with it. I hope Bob is. And the next thing we need now, right now, is when the car gets back in here, let's install it and take it for a drive. You know, knowing that this has pulled out good horsepower, but you know, with the manifolds on, the carburetor, I could still fine tune it with a little bit of air-fuel ratio, play around with the timing, and we're gonna take it to 6,000 RPM all the time. But this being a matching engine, matching number to the car, I don't wanna risk it. It did very well from what I see. I'm sure Bob will be happy with it. You know, we pushed it quite a few times. Everything went well. I'm gonna be happy with it. Yes, can we achieve maybe a few more horsepower? I'm sure we can, but I think it's perfect the way it is. So I'm gonna leave it, and I'll let Bob decide what he wants to do with it after, when I get to him in tonight or tomorrow. But in the meantime, I'm gonna leave it where it is. I think I've pushed it enough. You know, a lot of people when they have a matching engine, they don't push the car when they drive it. So I'm doing the same thing here for Bob. We've gone through 6,000 RPM quite a few times, and I'm gonna leave it at that. And I'm sure Bob will be happy.
One of the many reasons that Bob will be happy with his car when he gets it back is the beautifully rebuilt thermoquad carburetor that we just watched performing so well on Nick's dyno.
Yes, it's been overhauled, rebuilt, and detailed by the 3D family. 3Ds. It was Don who rebuilt it, David, his father, who took it apart and cleaned it, and of course Daryl, his brother, that went into all the little details on this carburetor. And then all that put together, we got one lovely, good looking piece, and also working flawless. I couldn't ask for anything better. And you know what? If you guys want to rebuild a carburetor, make it good as new, work as good as new. Also, the carb guys are the guys to see. They know how to take a carburetor no matter what it is. Rochester, Holly, Thermoquad, 6-pack. He's also rebuilt the Carter AVS on my Kowalski Challenger and a few other carburetors, quite a few. Between the 3Ds, they did a great job. So if you guys want a carburetor rebuild, go see the carb guys in Ontario, Cortes, Ontario, and they'll take care of your carburetor. And there you have it, you guys. And thanks for watching us here on Nick's Garage. And you guys, if you look down below the video, we have a whole bunch of merchandise that you guys can buy. So whatever you like, buy it, love it, wear it, and enjoy it. And help spread the word of Nick's Garage. And if you have some time, check out our Patreon page. We have extra content and you guys can watch it and take it from there. And we'll see you next time.